Welcome, San Antonio. What is up? That's your coach, Jason Benavides from Octane Athletic Performance. So today we're going to be talking about maximizing the bench press, a couple fails to avoid, how to set up to get the most out of your bench press. So it's really a lot to cover today. I'm going to try to stick to the script as much as possible. I got my trusty script here, I'm going to try to stick to as much as possible. I asked, what do you guys want to hear? And this is what I got. So I've done some research course myself, and that included went to your coach Jesse Medin here at Octane. So we're gonna, put all that together for you, and we're gonna go over a bench press. Now we're looking at big view. One of the big things that everything I'm gonna show you, a big theme is like getting the most out of your bench. So I'm gonna show you first how we don't want to get the most out of our bench. So kind of just relax, grab the bar, press it up. Now, I was a little bit, wasn't too bad, but it definitely didn't feel very secure, kind of doing that. And that's what, we want to avoid. We want to avoid just kind of, not really getting the most out of it. So a big thing in fitness, a big thing that fitness professionals talk about is energy leaks. Now that's an example of that is if you have a really weak core and you're doing, a heavy back squat, and if that core is real weak, that's going to cause you to lose that back squat earlier than if you had a really strong, core. Then you're going to stay nice and erect, really have good posture, and your stomach's going to look flat. But you're going to have really good posture, and you're going to be able to get more out of your back squat on that. So specifically with the bench, a couple of ways to do that are actually starting very similar to your back squat. So kind of my foot stance right here is nice and wide. That's one of the things you want to do to start off with your bench press. So you want to start with your feet nice and wide, as if you're doing a squat. There's variations. Powerlifting, some people tuck their feet underneath. I like to start nice and wide, like a squat stance. And you can use your legs to help increase your bench press. And that's definitely what I'm going to be doing here in a minute. But that's a really good place to start. And I'll show you that here in a sec. The other thing is the hand width. The hand width is going to be, we like to keep it functional. So that being said, I want my hands to be about 90 degrees when they're going down to parallel right there. So that's about where I'm going to get my hand grip. I'm going to put my ring finger right here on the first ring right there. So hopefully you got some rings at your gym. If not, come over to Octane. But that's going to help me, be consistent in my lifts. And so you want to find your spot and then just be consistent there from here on out. If you want to do some variations for bodybuilding, that's fine. You can go a little wider. That's going to work more of your chest. But I really like the arm's length. It's safe on your shoulder, and also it's very functional. It's very functional. If you're playing any sports, you're playing football. If you're a younger person watching this, it's going to be very functional. So if you want to go narrow, it's going to be a little hard on your shoulder. Me personally, I have an old skiing injury on my right shoulder. I can't go too narrow. That's actually really hard on my shoulder joint. So, keep that in mind. But also how far down you go, that's a really important part to keep in mind. Now, I definitely have seen this when I used to work in a big box gym. Those big box gyms where they're just running equipment. There's tons of equipment everywhere, and there's not really a lot of organization. I see a lot of people go shallow. So when you're doing the bench press and you're here and you're going, maybe you're right there and back up. Now what that is, you're using a lot of your triceps, so a lot of your arms. But what we want to do is work this area right here, your chest. So you want to really get the most out of your bench by working your chest. And that's not by doing the shallow bench press. You want to get down close to your chest as you can. Just for consistency reasons, what I've been doing recently is having the bar touch my chest. Now this can be very humbling. So if you're doing, and this has happened to me. So if you're doing a heavier weight but you're not getting depth, so you're gonna have to lighten your weight. You're gonna have to go to a lighter weight. No one wants to go to a lighter weight, especially with squats, deadlifts, or bench press. But it'll help you in the long term. I did this with my squat. Because my squat, squat's hard to see, and my numbers went up. So keep that stuff in mind. So I'm most likely going to cover a lot more here, but what I want to do is kind of put it all to, I'm going to cover a lot more, in the days to come. in the weeks to come about what else to do with the bench press, but I want you to focus on those 3 things right now. I want you to focus on making sure your feet are nice and wide, so you can use your legs. You can turn it to a total body exercise. Your hands are going to be, even distance, and you're going to keep that distance consistently throughout when you're doing your, bench press. And also, you're making sure you're going to depth. So when you go nice and low, you're going to be able to build your chest. You're going to be able to build those muscles and see more consistent results. So we're going to put it all together. I'm going to see if I can get a couple more reps here on this bench press. What's up, Alex? Thanks for joining us. So I'm going to jump on in, get a couple reps on here. And if you have any questions, keep them coming. I mean, I asked, for questions on this, and I got 4 for bench and 1 for deadlift. So keep that in mind. Always ask a question. All right, let's get those reps. Okay, I'm gonna stop with 4. That felt pretty good. It felt a lot better than that first one did with the loose stance. So just keep those things in mind. And if you haven't done your workout today already, my man, my woman, who's ever watching, get a great workout tonight. Dominate that workout. And if you get your workouts in the morning, get a good night's rest and dominate that workout in the morning. If you need any extra help, feel free to give us a call at 781-1888. We'd love to help you here in San Antonio. And that's all for now, y'all. See you very soon. We're going to be at the VA hospital tomorrow. So we're actually going to be with, hopefully we'll see one of our clients there. They invited us to go to a health fair that they have. So we're going to talk a little bit about motivation tomorrow. So hope to see you then. Thank you.